And good morning, Savannah, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right, it's the Coach, Saturday morning, October 28th, 2023. Just doing what I do every Saturday. I'm loving it because it's, a lot of fun. This is what I do. Whether you agree, whether you disagree, whether you think I make too many mistakes, you know what? I'm just doing this for the fun of it and getting people some exposure, especially the kids, and that's what it's all about. Once again, what is the Coach's Corner Sports Network? We got 4 shows. Wednesday night, Rubbin' and Grubbin', Facebook, YouTube. Check it out. Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, and, of course, the OG, my man, the producer, Lawrence Bennett, my brother from another mother, does a great job with that show. Then, of course, yours truly every Saturday morning from 9 to about 10:30. I know the producer, Lawrence Bennett, would like me to go to 11 o'clock, but there's just so much you can do. And then once a year, first week in April, the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. Sean and Brent Herb, they do a great job. 5 straight days. It's on YouTube. Check it out, the 19th hole. Little adultish, but I don't know how these guys go 5 days straight talking golf. All right, and of course, one podcast, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the coach, Karl DeMasi, and my good buddy, the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. It's up. We did a preview for the World Series. I chose the Diamondbacks. I thought they were going to win last night, but of course, the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson chose the Texas Rangers. So I'm glad you could join me. It's going to be another fun day. We got a great lineup. Once again, inning number 1, quarter number 1, whatever you want to call it. I'm a coach. I'll go with quarter number 1. We'll start off with the news, what happened last night, high school sports. Hopefully we get through the whole thing, colleges and professional. So there's 3 steps in the door, high school, college, and pro. Then quarter number 2, new guy on the block over at Islands High School. New head boys basketball coach, Jacob Notermann, will join us, okay? He's been in Savannah, but this is his first head coaching job. He's taken over the boys program for the Sharks. Quarter number 3, this is what it's all about. This is why the PrepSportsReport.com started. This is why I do the show. The Wetherington Chiropractic Athlete of the Week. This young lady has been a constant athlete over there at Richmond High School. She's been working hard. She's improved. She finished in 2nd place in the region this week. She helped the girls team at Richmond High School win their 12th straight region title. She's been part of it for 4 years. Just an outstanding cross-country runner, but from right here, outstanding student athlete from Richmond High School. About 9:30, we'll talk to Julia Wilson. Then, of course, we'll wrap this up. We got to talk about Georgia, Florida. I'm representing, because you know who I'm rooting for. Go Dogs. Woo, woo, woo. Okay? With the man himself. He's on his way there, so I had to pre-record this. But WTOC mid-morning co-host, the guru of sports in Savannah, Georgia. He's been around here since 1992, Tim Guider. And then we'll take 3 steps out the door. I got videos for you this week. 3 videos out the door. My editorial, Karl's Corner. That's how it all started on the radio with Bill Edwards on, Talk Savannah, whatever it is. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I'm glad to be here. And if you have a comment, let's jump in, and I'll try and keep on top of my comment. There he is, the man himself, Lawrence Bennett. Always checking in. My mic is on. Everything's working right, Lawrence. Just keep me on top of stuff. Make sure you keep on checking in. Then, of course, he's saying go Dogs. He's making his prediction already. 42-12. Well, you'll hear what I have to say and what Tim Guider has to say in that third part of the show. All right? And once again, the number 1 fan of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. This guy does not miss a Saturday, and he'll let me know if he can't be here. I appreciate this guy. The man himself, the Cavalier. That's right, the Calvary Day School Cavalier. Go to the football games. He's got his purple Cavalier hat. He's got his purple feather, purple T-shirt, jeans, suspenders. He is a Cavalier, okay? And once again, that's Dennis Kessler. Always checking in. Good morning, Coach. You have a great show. I appreciate that, Dennis. You're a great guy. I hope some people think that. Calvary won last night, 35-0 over Liberty, 9-0. First 2 rounds at home. The Cavs get home field advantage, and they got a great team. I don't think they've given up a point in like the last 18 quarters. So once again, Dennis, I appreciate it. You checking in. And if I get over those playoff games, I'm going to take a picture with my man, Dennis Kessler. I know who he is. Just find the guy with the purple Cavalier hat. But once again, let's go right away. We're at about 9:05, so I got about 7 minutes to 3 steps in the door. First step, high school sports. Yep, last night. Well, it really started, week 11 started Thursday night. Benedictine clinched the region title last week. I got to thank WSAV, CW, Friday Night Blitz crew for the game of the week for having me on 2 weeks in a row. Last week I was the color. Last night I did the the play-by-play. Long time since I've done play-by-play, and it's a lot different than radio. And I still got some radio traits in me, but it was a lot of fun. Justin Jarrett from locosports.com over there across the bridge. Well, I don't know why I'm pointing across the bridge, but the bridge is over there somewhere. And he did a great job. He was my color guy. He knew everything about Whale Branch and Bamberg Earhart. So it was a great time. So I got to appreciate him. But let's go back to the scoreboard. Final scores from Wednesday night. Final scores from Thursday night. Okay, Benedictine 57, Islands nothing. New Hampstead 34, Burke County 28. New Hampstead, I think with that win, I got to do the research, people. I mean, I got home late, but I'm pretty sure they might have locked up a home game by winning by 6 points. There's an article on the prepsportsreport.com by one of the great guys here in Savannah, Georgia, great writer, sports writer, Nathan Dominance. Go check it out. And I'm pretty sure he said if they won by 6 points, they got a home round game not next week, 2 weeks. Okay, next week SCISA starts, and I think the South Carolina High School League might start. So got to check on that too. Just been a long night, people. Driving back from Seabrook, South Carolina. How many of you guys know where that is? All right. Last night, Richmond Hill, big win, got a shot at the playoffs. They're on the bubble, but they took care of Lowndes 37-14. I heard the place was packed. The place was rocking. Richmond Hill, Build the Hill, they come out for their games. All right. Effingham County, hey, playing for a region title again, 2 years in a row. They've won 5 games in a row. They started out 1-3. They're 6-3 right now. They'll take on the Pirates out of Brunswick, but they beat Lakeside Evans 36-31. Jeff Moeller, another guy that writes for the prepsportsreport.com, covered that game. Effingham, big comeback. Final scores, go to prepsportsreport.com and see Jeff's story. Did a good job. Nathan Dominance and Jeff Moeller, good tag team that helped me out at the Prep Sports Report. South Effingham, they were on the bubble too. They knocked off Grovetown 40-14. Liberty County, it's going to be close for them to get in. They beat Beach 43-21. Calvary Day School, region champs. Okay, Region 3, Class 3A, 35-0 over Long County. I'm not mistaken. I think it's like 18 quarters without giving up a point. We know about their offense, Jerk Merklinger and the crew, but we're going to say the unknown Cavaliers on defense are rocking the house. All right, Savannah Country Day, misprint all over social media. They had them losing to Johnson 30-0, but it was Savannah Country Day 30, Johnson nothing. Some of those websites have to go correct that. I didn't call anybody. I should have, because that's the first thing when I got home. I checked the scores. Toombs County all over Windsor Forest 48-0. Bryan County 66. Savannah High 8. They could be the region champs for the first time ever in school history next week. Bethesda finishes undefeated. Close game with Buford Academy. They jumped out, but they held on to win 34-28. Dennis Knight wrote a good article about that. Southwest Georgia over Memorial Day 55-20. But Memorial Day will be in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the playoffs. I had them on the bubble too. And I have St. Andrews on the bubble. They beat Bullock Academy Bullock Academy beat St. Andrews 42-7. I got excited there because they're probably going to be in the playoffs. Don't ask me how the Georgia Independent Athletic Association does it, but they take the rankings from Max Preps. How that works, I don't know. But they both got a good shot now. It looks like they're both going to be in. Tonight, 6 o'clock over at Memorial Stadium. Jenkins beats Bradwell. They got a good shot of getting in the playoffs. Volleyball, we got one team left. 11 o'clock this morning at Jonesboro High School. The Lady Panthers from Savannah Art Academy will be taking on Landmark Christian for a chance to play for a state volleyball title. Back for Lauren Lord with her volleyball teams. So 11 o'clock today, Jonesboro High School. The Arts Academy Lady Panthers take on Landmark Christian, okay? Go get them, Panthers. Bring it home. Bring them home to the Seaport. We need a volleyball championship. We haven't had one in a long time. Softball, we had one team get to the finals. Semifinals. Okay, but they had to beat their rival. All right. Early yesterday morning, I think it was 11 o'clock, South Effingham beat Effingham in 10 innings, 2-1 to go to the semifinals. Now, they played Pope High School, who they beat in the first round 3-0, but the Lady Mustangs fell short. They lost 5-3, so all the softball teams are done. All right, flag football started. There's a lot of great teams, undefeated, 2 losses. I'll have more information on flag football starting next week. Volleyball and softball will be just taking most of my time. All right, let's go to step 2. All right, I got 2 minutes. Savannah State volleyball, 12-9 overall, 8-9 in SEAC. Last week they went 1-1. They beat Fort Valley State, but they lost to Clark Atlanta. They play Edward Waters Monday at Tiger Arena. College basketball starts. I think USCB now has a basketball team. So we got to start getting some little low country from Justin Jarrett about that team. All right. Savannah State Tigers. All right. Football. Okay. Let's stay with Savannah State. They lost a tough one last week to Tuskegee University on homecoming, 21-14. They had a great game, but too many turnovers. 5 turnovers. They lost 21-14. They'll play today at home. Let me get your time. We'll host Benedict on Senior Day. I'm pretty sure it starts at 6 o'clock, so check it out. The Tigers will be home at Ted Wright Stadium. Other teams, Georgia Tech lost to Boston College last week. But they got to take a tough one on North Carolina, who's looking to get back. They take on North Carolina tonight at 8 o'clock. All right. And then what can I tell you? Georgia had a bye. Georgia plays Florida today. Biggest cocktail party in Jacksonville. But we can have the biggest cocktail party here in Coach's Corner. Gazillion TVs, 3:30. I'm in front of the 975-inch big screen TVs. Come out and check it out. You know, you got to check it out. You got to love Coach's Corner. All right. Georgia Southern against Georgia State. Big rivalry. Georgia Southern Thursday night, national TV, beats Georgia State in the prettiest little stadium in the world, coined by Irk Russell, who's not in the College Football Hall of Fame. We're inducting Paul Johnson. We're inducting Mark Richt. What about Irk Russell? 6 national championships. Okay? They beat them 44-27 Thursday night. So soccer, SCAD. Ladies are ranked number 6 now. They defeated Weber International. They'll play today at they'll be on the road today at Southeastern University in Florida. They're ranked 13th, so that would be a good one, 1 o'clock. The guys, I think, lost 2 this week. SCAD soccer, men's soccer lost 2 this week. They'll be up today at home against Southeastern. So the girls are on the road at Southeastern. The guys will take on Southeastern here. All right? Step 3, baseball. Braves are out, but we got the World Series. Texas goes up on Arizona 1-0, winning 5-3. Bottom of the 9th, Arizona gets a home run from Corey Seager. They go on to win in extra innings on a walk-off home run by Adolis Garcia. Tonight, 8 p.m. in Texas. Diamondbacks against the Rangers, okay? NFL Falcons, I don't know how they're doing it. They won again. They're 4-3. They're in first place. They beat Tampa Bay last week on a coup. Young Hoo. Georgia Southern, great field goal killer. Last second, 51-yard field goal. They're making a lot of turnovers. Desmond Ridder, I mean, everybody's on his back. We got to give the kid a check. A little break. They play at Tennessee tomorrow. PGA Golf, Brian Harmon's off. Tim O'Neill last week finished 58th at the Dominion Energy Charity Classic. He's off this week. Gene Sowers still not playing. All right, good old Gino from Windsor Forest, Georgia Southern. Savannah Bananas, you want to get your tickets, you got to go online for all the away games. I put my name in the lottery for tickets to Tampa Bay. George Steinbrenner Stadium, Yankees. So I got to hope I can get my tickets out of the lottery. Savannah Ghost Pirates lost last night. They'll play tomorrow at Mark Arena against the Greenville, it's the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. They lost last night to Greenville in Greenville. They'll come back and play them tomorrow. Savannah Clovers finished with 2 big wins. They finished 8th in the National Independent Soccer Association. Don't forget, Savannah Falcons are looking for help, coaches, front office help. Go to Savannah Falcons Football Club on Facebook. And don't forget, in the Soundgarden, last night was Jason and Jarrett. Okay, yes. Okay, no, I was wrong. That was last week. Last night was a doubleheader. Okay, we had Departure, Journey Tribute Band. Then we had Back in Black AC Tribute Band. It was a packed house. You could tell this place was packed. Okay, so check it out. Next time in the Soundgarden, Friday, November 10th, we have Freebird, Leonard Skinner. All right. Got that all in. Don't have to worry about it. Do it at the end of the show. I know I'm a little over, guys. I know you're waiting patiently. I got both guests waiting in the back room, the green room, Coach's Corner room. I don't know where they're waiting, but they're waiting for me to get on. Next up, we'll talk to the new guy, the new shark over at Islands High School. Okay. New head coach. I think this is his first head coaching job, but he's bringing a lot of energy to the boys over at Islands High School. Near and dear to my heart, that basketball program. But the old guy had to step back, so the young guy's going to take over. We'll be talking to the Islands High School head boys basketball coach Jacob Notermann in about 3 minutes. Stay tuned, YouTube people. And of course, I got Julia Wilson waiting patiently after Innes. So we'll go from there. Stay tuned. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Got to thank the people who support me. 3.5 minutes. Be right back. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. That's right, it's the coach. I'm back here on the Soundgarden stage. I won't sing for you because, I can't sing. But last night we had a doubleheader. November 10th, we got another band coming in here tonight. We're going to have this place rocking, Georgia football. But you know what? It's about talking about what's going on here locally in Savannah, Georgia. We have last week, we talked to, 2 weeks ago, we talked to George Brown, the new head coach over at Savannah High. He took over for a legend. The legend coached as long as I have. But you know what? He had 5 wins. I got 295. I didn't coach on the varsity level as long as he had. I did middle school, JV, high school, college. But my high school career, 5 wins away from 300. But you know what? This old ball coach had to step back due to personal reasons. But I'm enjoying watching this young gun over at Islands High School trying to bring back that boys program, which I had the privilege of taking to the Elite Eight. But it wasn't about the coach. I had the players, so hopefully he'll get the players too. But he comes over. He's been teaching in Savannah, Savannah Public Schools. But he tried to find his way here from Missouri somehow. If you talk to him, that's all he wants to talk about is Missouri Tigers. But anyway, joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the new head coach, boys head coach at Islands High School, Jacob Enos. Jacob, how's it going? And once again, thanks for getting up early on a Saturday morning with me.
Hey, no problem, Coach. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I mean, we're always up early at Islands High School, but once again, congratulations on getting the job. I know it's a dream for you. So tell us, or tell the people, I mean, I know your story. Tell us about how you wound up in Savannah and why you wanted the Islands High School boys job so bad.
Yeah, so, coaching has been a passion of mine my whole life. When I was playing high school ball, I was coaching at the middle school in town there in Galesburg, Illinois. So played 4 years of high school ball, coached middle school ball. And then when I went to University of Missouri, I started coaching as a 19-year-old with one of the big high schools there in Columbia. So graduated from Mizzou, stuck around in Columbia for another 5 years and coached at a really successful high school for 9 years. Met my wife, who was my fiance at the time, in Missouri. And once we got engaged, she made it very clear she was not staying in Missouri. So we started looking at places south to move to. Savannah had the level 1 trauma center for her. We were really just kind of attracted to the area, and we moved down here right before the start of the school year last year. So I had taught for 5 years there in Columbia, coached with a really successful program for 9 years. First year here, I was at Groves High School for my first year in Savannah Public Schools. And then when the head coaching opportunity came open in May, I saw the one at Islands, and I saw, another one that was in town. And for me, the Islands job was, the one I knew I wanted and was a no-brainer, and was just thrilled to, throw my name in the hat and be fortunate enough to get the opportunity.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, and you've been picking my brain. So later on, too, you got to give me a call. I got to talk to you about that thing we were talking about. So I know we work together, so we talk a lot about it. So, so new head coach, never been a head coach before on a varsity level. Okay. What has been your biggest challenges so far at Islands High School trying to get this program started?
Yeah, I mean, taking over the job, I knew it was going to be a total culture reset, fundamentally, discipline-wise, identity-wise. So everything that we want to do moving forward, we just kind of have to hit that reset button. I think for me, the biggest challenge is coming from a very successful high school program that was consistently ranked top 5 in the state, had great middle school development. Kids are coming in with that base level of fundamentals, and they're ready to plug in and go. So we've just kind of taken nothing for granted, no skill for granted, no fundamental for granted, and we're just rebuilding everything from the ground up. So that's been a new experience for me in my 10th year of coaching, but something that I've been really excited to see the growth of our guys. And just since I've taken the job in May, it's amazing how much progress we've shown and how much the guys are buying in over at Islands High School.
All right. Now, we don't want you to give us any bulletin board material, but what's going to be your coaching philosophy? Offense, defense, special situations? What's going to be the Sharks' philosophy under Jacob Enos? Well, now it's Jake. I call you Jacob. Sorry, Jake Enos.
Hey, either way works. I think that's the biggest thing is, when I think of what are our goals for this year, not even so much, looking at wins and losses, but just developing an identity. What are other teams going to see from Islands High School when we're on the schedule? And, we don't want to be a team that's a pushover on anyone's schedule. Win or lose, we expect to go out there and compete our butts off. And that really starts on the defensive end. So I'm a huge kind of like old school man-to-man fundamental defensive guy. So, it's an expectation that we're closing out with 2 hands every single time. It's an expectation we're sprinting on flight time. And when that defender catches the ball, we're already in help and we're ready to go. We're not going to give up baseline. We're going to force you into our help. We're going to pinch aggressively and really just buying into that idea of imposing our will on the defensive end of the floor. And with that mentality, hopefully we're getting a lot of deflections. We're able to get up and down, push the brake a little bit, and use some of our guards and our speed to our advantage this year.
And if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet. It's on Facebook, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's on the Prep Sports Report Facebook page. It's on Coach's Corner Facebook page. It's on YouTube on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And, of course, on Twitter at KD Sports Report. We're all over the place. Used to be on the radio, too, but that's another story. All right. So, you're coming into a program that won 4 games last year. Things happened. So you're trying to teach these guys new fundamentals or trying to bring back fundamentals to some of them. But overall, you're playing in a city that everybody thinks football is king because, we got BC, Christian, Calvary. We got good football programs. But basketball's been king since I came down here. That's why I came down here in 1995 to coach the girls over at Jenkins High School. So what are your expectations playing in such a tough region and playing some of these teams you got on your schedule?
Yeah, and just speaking to the football culture, that's definitely different for me coming from the Midwest. A high school conference basketball game on a Friday night, you've got 2,000 to 2,500 people there in the stands for high school basketball. But one thing that attracted me about the job here at Islands is I feel like unique to Islands is that we really have a community that I think if there is a product on the floor that people wanted to come see, we could fill those stands. And just in the ability to go out and fundraise and rally community support since I've gotten the job since May. I know we're in a football town, a football state, but I really do think that, moving forward down the road, we can start to, fill those bleachers, pack the stands a little bit for Islands basketball and give those guys the experience that they deserve. So it's definitely different than the Midwest. Those stands were packed. I coached girls basketball for a handful of years, coached some really talented programs, really talented teams. And, you're talking girls high school basketball, it's standing room only. Gym's totally sold out. People are rushing the floor after a win. Like it was a big deal in the Midwest. So I would love to, work with our community, work with, those businesses on the islands and find ways to, provide our guys with the same experience because they're working their butts off and they deserve it.
So what's your expectations for the region?
It's different here, how they do the regional playoffs. But my understanding, we've got to be, the top 4 out of 6 teams to be able to move on. We know our region's tough. I know that there's a lot of talent right here in the area. But, when you watch film on us last year, I think there's so many areas of improvement just getting these guys to buy into doing the little things right every single time. So are we going to go out and win every regional game? Year one, no. But are we going to go out and compete our butts off in every regional game and make other teams feel us? I think 100%. And I'd really like to think that, here in mid-February, we're looking at being one of those top 4 out of 6 teams in our region. How
do you get the players to buy into this philosophy?
I'll tell you, Coach, I'm out there running with them. I'm running with them. I'm fired up. I'm just leading with my energy and positivity. And the guys, I think, are totally bought into that new message I've been selling them. And I just keep telling them every day, it's not about being perfect. It's all right to make a mistake, but every day we show up to the gym, we've just got to raise that bar one step higher. And if we've attacked every day with that mentality, and from our first summer camp in June to where we ended on Thursday night this past week, just focusing on every day being 1% better, these guys really have come a long way. And some of the individual players, I've just been amazed with their development since June.
All right, so perfect segue. I coached one of those guys way back when he was a young freshman, and I threw him to the Wolves. So tell us about your players. Give us a shout out to some of your players, like, of course, Mr. Cave.
Yeah, I've got 3 guys I'd love to highlight for you. Number 1, Jordan Cave. I think if you're coming into a rebuild situation, what better player could you ask for than Jordan Cave? He's our senior point guard. My opinion, he's one of the top 5 players in our region, one of the top 5 players in Savannah. And outside of just being an amazing player, I mean, this kid is a leader. He's leading by example in the hallways, in the classroom, definitely on the basketball court. He's taking a full AP course load. He's coming and working his butt off at practice. And then most of the time, 7 o'clock at night, he's throwing on his work polo and heading to work until 11 or 12 at night. So, I mean, this kid is just different. He's driven. And what an amazing guy to have when you take over a program in year 1, especially with what we're trying to do. Number 2, Braylon Butterworth. He's another senior that I've got coming back. This guy was kind of on the fence if he was going to play or not, so I didn't have him this summer. But he met with me this fall and kind of made the commitment that he was ready to come back out. And just what he provides to our culture is amazing. Braylon's that guy that if we're doing sprints and we're exhausted, tired, and there's that kid that still, is finishing last, he's going out there and running with him. If we do a competition and his team wins so he doesn't have to run, he's getting on the line and running with all the losers. Braylon Butterworth, that guy is just bought in. He's extremely hardworking, and he echoes a lot of my positivity and is just such an encourager on that team. And then a third guy I really want to highlight is a sophomore, Spencer Shipley. So Spencer Shipley was a freshman that got some varsity minutes last year. And honestly, I don't know if in 10 years of coaching, I've seen a guy improve so much in an off season from when I first saw him in May to where he's at now. And that kid is just, he's a heck of a cross country athlete. He's running in state this upcoming weekend. And I mean, that guy is just bought in, working his butt off, and has gone from the first time I see him to saying, hey, there's a pretty solid JV guy. I can't wait to have him on varsity in a couple of years. To you watch him play now and you say, man, that kid's played himself into a significant varsity role right now as a 10th grader.
Well, I got to – I coached, of course, Jordan Cave when he was a freshman, and I got to coach Shipley during the summer of his coming into his freshman year. But, I went over to the girls' side. So, there definitely is some talent there. And, watching Braylon he came as a freshman. He didn't want to play. He came out, the whole story after that. So he's got a lot of talent. The kid's a basketball player. Comes from a basketball family. So we'll see what happens. Okay, the final question is, okay, you're trying to change the culture. You're trying to fit into this region, okay? But what's the biggest thing that's going to put Islands High School back on the map?
Biggest thing is obviously people want to see us win. They want to see us improve that record. But I think even more important than the record this year is just how are we going out and playing every single night? Are the fans coming and seeing us just compete our butts off and leave it all out on the floor? And this idea that I'm constantly selling the guys and they're buying into is that win or lose, we want to go impose our will on the other team. Impose your will defensively, in transition, offensively. So I think just improving our quality of play. And when guys come out and watch us, girls come out and watch us, just seeing that, like, man, those guys are out there fighting every possession. And I'm really excited. I think there's more talent here than what a 4-win record would indicate. And I think we get these guys bought into playing the right way, playing fundamental basketball. I think we can come out and surprise a lot of people this year.
Well, Coach, I've been watching you from afar. You don't know, when I come around the corner, I see what's going on. It's there's a lot of energy in that gym. There's a lot more positivity in that gym. So if you need any help, let me know. I'll come watch the games, but I don't know about practices. So, but anyway, I can also break down film for you. So let me know if you need anything. But I wish you the best of luck. And people don't realize I've been there since 2011, and I've been part of that basketball program since then. And whether it was with being the head girls coach 2 or 3 times and being the boys coach for 2 times, it's near and dear to me because it's one of those programs that, can be a hotbed right there. So keep up the good work. Keep on being that guy, getting those kids in a positive way. And you got any questions, let me know. Like I said, later on, email me your cell phone number so I can talk to you. But I wish you the best, and I really do truly mean that.
Hey, absolutely, Coach. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate talking to you. And
remember, as always, go Sharks.
Go Sharks and go Tigers.
No, as always, go Sharks. I don't know about the Tigers. Remember, I live down here now, so I'm going go Georgia. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, see you later, Coach.
I mean, just a young, energetic guy. He's into this. He wants to succeed. He wants this program to go back to what it was. And I'm not taking credit for where the program was. I mean, I got lucky. God gave me some gifted players. One happened to be Justin Cave, Jordan's older brother. And it was just a special time in my career. We knocked off some of the biggest teams here in Savannah, Georgia. You're as good as your horses. So let's see what Coach can do here with this young group and the 3 leaders that he has. Well, the 2 seniors and the young kid coming in there. All right, she's been waiting patiently, and I appreciate it. She's done an outstanding job at Richmond Hill High School, part of the cross-country team. The girls are 12 straight years being the region champions. She's been part of it the last 4 years. Can't wait to talk to her. Julia, I promise, 3.5 minutes. One more time, I got to thank my sponsors, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be talking to this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic from Richmond Hill High School cross-country program, Julia Wilson. She also was one of the Savannah Morning News, my man Dennis Knight's cross-country girls runners watch. We'll be back 3 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events. An outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day. A wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails. A comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round. Prompt service even when it's crowded. A fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends. And of course, delicious food. From famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, that comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting it equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner. It's only been the best establishment for sports, food, fun since 1991 for like 30 years straight. John Henderson and the crew do a great job here. And like I say every week, I got to thank John Henderson and Del Henderson for letting me do it here. And it's part of the family now. If I'm not here, I miss not being here. But once again, this is what got me started, talking to the kids that have done something special. I mean, way back in 2000, I started the Prep Sports Report with Deb Morrell, went to the website, got on the radio. Believe it or not, in 2003 with Bill Edwards, I started doing Karl's Corner. Then 2010, I started my own show, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. So sports in this area has been my life since 1995. And let's talk about the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. Got to thank Dr. Bart Wetherington and Lisa Wetherington for letting me do this. And they've been on this since 2010. So I got to really appreciate them. But this next young lady, it's not all about just football, basketball, baseball. I mean, let's talk about the other sports. And, I had a softball pitcher on, Bailey from South Effingham a couple of weeks ago. Well, she's been at Richmond Hill. She's been part of that Richmond Hill cross-country program, the girls program that has won 12 straight titles. I'm not leaving out the boys because they won of 11. All right. But I mean, as Coach Levi Siebert told me, and he's the running guru in high school cross country here. So Julia is truly a gift to the cross country program since she's moved here. She has talked about people up to higher, happier levels, has made the program on the girls' side so much more than it has been culture-wise. She works hard and, rewards and loves life. And she's just a great person, not just a great athlete or great student athlete, but she's a great person to have part of that program. Last year, she won the region. This year, she finished second. She committed to Georgia Southern University to continue her athletic and academic career, to be on the cross-country team there back on October 22nd. Joining me now, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from Richmond Hill High School, the Running Wildcats, as I call them, girls cross-country runner, senior Julia Wilson. What's up, Julia?
Hi, thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, I mean, you've been waiting a long time. You've been patient. You got here early. You know the saying, it's better to be early than late, or if you're 15 minutes early, you're still 15 minutes late. But, hey, you're right on top of it. So I could see which Siebert sees in you, a dedicated student athlete. But, hey, congratulations on a great career and signing with Georgia Southern.
Thank you.
So tell everybody when you started running and how you got to Richmond Hill.
I started running as a freshman in high school. My old cross country coach, I knew him before and he really wanted me to run for him. And so I agreed. I was playing volleyball before that for 7 years, but I quit as soon as I started cross country because it was just such a fun sport. And I just loved it so much.
So he said you moved to Richmond. And how long have you been at Richmond Hill High School?
I've been here since I was a sophomore. So
okay, so you've been part of the program for 3 years. When you got here, I know this is not on my list that I try to help the students or the athletes, the young athletes do this, but when you got there, what was the difference between the program you were at to Richmond Hill's program?
There was a lot of major differences in the coaching styles and stuff. It was kind of hard at first to adjust, but I think that it was a smooth transition, once I kind of got into it. I don't know. I cut out.
So, all right. So let's go to the process. You committed to Georgia Southern October 22nd. What was the process recruiting like for you, and why did you decide on Georgia Southern?
The recruiting process was very long and hard. I started as looking at colleges as a junior, but when I went to Georgia Southern, it was just so beautiful, and the coaches and the program were just so amazing that I just really liked it.
Yeah, well, it's a great place to be. I had a son go there, play for the football program. There's just something about Georgia Southern that's going to attract you for the rest of your life. Even though Richmond Hill will be with you the rest of your life too. So, all right. So, what are some of your goals in college now? I mean, you're coming down senior year. You got the state meet coming up. But what do you look forward to at Georgia Southern as far as the cross country program?
I'm mainly hoping to grow as a runner because I'm around people who want to be there, who are excited to be running, and just happy to be there, which I'm very excited about. But I also am hoping to PR a lot because this season hasn't exactly been the best PR season for me. But
and PR for people, it's personal records. That's what the track athletes go by. And even though it winds up being a team sport, they also have their own personal goals. So coming into this season, what was your personal goal?
I really wanted to try and break 19 minutes in the 5K. But haven't done that. But
wow, you still got the state meet.
Yeah, we still got state and meet of the champions.
So, all right. So as a runner, people don't know that there are a lot of strategies that go into running mentally and physically. What are your strengths as a runner?
it's kind of a hard question for me because whenever I think of like my running, I try to like focus on like what I need to improve on. But like I'd say that I am pretty good at hills, even though we don't train a lot of hills here. And that like when I need to, I have a really like good kick at the finish line.
Nice. So what do you think is going to be essential for you to be a better runner at the next level?
I think having just a competitive attitude and just wanting to go out there and just win and beat people would definitely help.
I hear about that. So, Ed, I've also was told you're a good student. So, how do you balance your academics and your athletics? Because I know over there you guys make a big commitment to training with Coach in that program.
Yeah. When I'm like at school, I try to think about school. I do all my work and I try to just get everything done. And then when I'm at practice, I'm thinking about practice. I'm running. I'm not worried about anything else. And I usually get all my homework done when I'm at school because I just want to get it all out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, because people don't know. Tell us what practice is like. This was a question I should have put down. What's practice like at Richmond Hill? What do you guys go through in a daily practice?
Our warm up is like an hour long,
Wow.
because we do like Coach Cyber does this thing where it's like we do like RPR, which is like it's kind of hard to explain, it's
strength training, yoga, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then we also like stretch and do dynamics and do the warm-up mile, and then we do 100-meter sprints and all like this stuff like just as a warm-up. So practice is usually around like 2 hours long. So you
just don't go out there and run. There's more to it, I guess. People don't realize that.
Yeah. I mean, it's all basically running, but yeah.
It's not just long distance, it's short distance. And, I'm just going to throw this out there. I got a young son now that's into this. He's going to go run a 30K, not a 3K, a 30K. I just think he's crazy. But he's like you now. He's addicted to this running thing. So I give him a lot of credit because I'm lucky if I can run 30 feet. So we'll go from there. So, all right. So outside of academics, athletics, what do you do besides cross country and schoolwork? What do you enjoy doing?
There isn't a lot of time, to be honest, but I do enjoy like painting and being creative and stuff like that, just when I'm by myself.
Nice. I mean, there's got to be something else you like to do. People wouldn't believe that. I like Broadway shows and I like watching people sing, but, because I've been involved in sports all my life. I can't sing and I can't dance, but I love watching it. So we'll go from there. So painting, that's nice, relaxing too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 3 years at Richmond Hill High School. Tell us about Coach Siebert and how he's helped you become a better runner.
His program is for me it was like a learn to trust the process type of thing because I came from California and it was a very different training plan, and so when I got here I didn't think I was doing enough like in general, but I trusted him and I went with the program, and I'm very glad I did because it was very successful. Like he knows what he's doing.
That's good. And you've been at Richmond Hill now since your sophomore year. What's it been like going to school at Richmond Hill High School?
I've lived in a lot of places, but I actually like Richmond Hill is one of my favorite because of the people there are really nice and the teachers are really great. It's just like a really good school. People in my school would not believe me when I say that, but I like it.
Well, they're doing something pretty astounding over there with their athletics and their academics. So it's considered one of the better schools in the area. So you got a good spot where you wound up. So of course, without family support, it'd be tough to do these things. Tell us how your family has contributed to your success as a student athlete.
Yeah, my mom is one of my biggest supporters. She goes to every single one of my meets, and it's like 5 hours away. Like every weekend she drives up there and back, and she is she's always there with me and supporting me, which is really nice. My dad, he comes to a lot of my like important meets. It's harder for him to come because like work and stuff, but
Right.
he always gives me like little pep talks before I leave and stuff that inspire me.
Nice. And 2 more questions, okay? You got a young student at Richmond Hill Middle School, Richmond Hill Elementary School, and they've seen what the program is like. What advice would you give them about if they're thinking about being a cross-country runner and joining that program over there at Richmond Hill?
I honestly recommend cross country to everybody. I think it's so fun, and you get like a little built-in group of friends, and it's just amazing. But also, like, it is hard work. You have to work hard if you want to be good. You have to like put the effort in. So it is a commitment for sure, but it's still like a lot of fun.
All right, don't think I'm crazy here, but the sun is killing me today. I mean, it's right in my face. I'm burning. So I mean, it's 55 degrees outside, and I'm sweating up big time here. So plus, I can see you a lot better. The last question. So you're going to Georgia Southern. You're going to for academics and athletics, and you're going to be part of the running program. But what do you want to see yourself doing in the future after Georgia Southern?
Well, I'm planning on majoring in sports management, so I could hopefully one day be like a collegiate cross country coach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So, you have to have aspirations. Well, Julia, for having an outstanding career at Richmond Hill, I thought you were there for 4 years, but for 3 years, it doesn't matter. You've made yourself known as one of the top female cross-country runners here in the area and in the state. I wish you the best of luck, and that's why you were chosen as this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Keep up the great work. Good luck at States. And as they say over there, let's just keep building the hill.
Yeah.
Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you for being patient and waiting, because I just talk too much.
It's okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Bye.
I mean, you can tell she's a very humble, modest young lady, succeeds in the classroom, succeeds on the track, the cross-country course. And you know what? Going to college to run cross-country is pretty special. And, I mean, I had to get this girl on because I've been following her for the last 3 years. I thought it was 4, but for the last 3 years, and she's done a great job. And Coach Siebert over there at Richmond Hill High School with the cross-country and the track programs, you're not going to find anybody better than that guy. And I know his wife helps him, his coaching staff. It's just one of the best programs in around. Thank you, Julia, and that's why you were this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. All right, next up, got to talk a little Georgia football. Got to talk a little baseball. No better guy than I know in the area that knows more about this stuff. Well, he's up there right at the top. Baseball, football, and he does a lot of other things over there at mid-morning with the WTOC crew. Knows how to eat the food and let me make my Zeppelis there. We'll be talking to the man himself from WTOC mid-morning about Georgia football, taking on the Gators, and about the World Series with Tim Geiderer. Stay back. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to be exact. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
At Gallery Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, that comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the Soundgarden stage for another big show. And don't forget, another big day here at Coach's Corner. We got the Georgia-Florida game. We got any game you want. We got the 12 o'clock games. We got the 8 o'clock game. We got the 3:30 games. Hey, just come in and tell your server that you'd like to watch this game, and they'll put it on the TV for you. Got to watch it. Check it out. Especially, I'm in front of those 975-inch screen TVs. I'm not on the drummer stage because it's pushed a little too far back, and this old guy couldn't move it. So you got to check it out. But what other day that we got to talk about the world's biggest cocktail party down there in Jacksonville, Florida, but Georgia football. I had to find someone that's been doing this year in and year out. This man's been here since 1992. He's been a Savannah Morning News beat sports reporter. He was the golf expert before Stephen Weeks took over, and he does a great job on mid-morning on WTOC. Now he's a TV personality. First, he's a sports writer. He writes in print. Now he's got his face all over the TV every day for at least an hour, and then does special coverages for them. He's also the host of the End Zone, WTOC's high school football recap every Friday night. They got him to do that. They needed help, so he jumped to that. But now he's probably in Jacksonville right now, getting ready to broadcast for the Georgia-Florida game. But I had to bring him on because he's also a baseball fanatic like me, like Kyle Lawson. So we're going to talk a little bit about baseball and football with the man himself from WTOC mid-morning show. He was supposed to leave after 6 months in 1992, but he found himself, and he hasn't left since. Joining me now, pre-recorded, is the man himself, Tim Guidera. And good morning, Savannah, and this is where I bring back my third guest of the show, but this young man is always on the road. He could be in Augusta. He could be in Athens. You name it, wherever they send him. He could be in Hilton Head, and he's always having a good time. He's been having a good time since 1992 in Savannah. He was like me. We didn't go back, so we're Southern Yankees. He's from Staten Island. I'm from Long Island. You know, we just have a lot of fun. But I got to appreciate every time he joins me on the show. It's pre-recorded because he's on the road going to the biggest cocktail party in the world, and I don't care if it's not politically correct or not. He's going to the Georgia-Florida game, but he also has a lot of baseball knowledge. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, my friend, my fellow Southern Yankee, Tim Guidera. What's up, Tim?
Carl, how are you? I'm glad we got a chance to do this because, as you mentioned, when this show is airing, I'm going to be probably halfway to Jacksonville, hopefully. We can get on the road that early, but always fun to talk football, baseball, anything you got.
All right, and if you notice on Friday nights, on Friday nights now, he's in the end zone. They got to pull him out of retirement to do some sports stuff.
I have been doing the high school football show for most of the season. It's a lot of fun. I don't get to get out to some of the games, but I'm there when all the photographers and the reporters go out and shoot the games, and I'm able to edit them and see a lot of great video and bring those highlights to football fans in Savannah. And that's, high school football is still very popular here. So it's really been fun to be part of that. Last
question. We do this all the time. You're in your man cave. How did you get a bobblehead doll?
We did a promo, I guess it was about 3 years ago. CBS actually did a promo with some of the stars from their bigger shows. Tom Selleck from Blue Bloods, a couple of others. And we stole the idea. The marketing department of WTOC said, we like that idea. We're going to do that with our people. So everybody who was an anchor or a host of a show like I am had a bobblehead made, and they put it in like a Christmas commercial and various stuff. And when they were done with them, we were able to get, of course, my wife went and ordered like 5 of them. So to give them to, other family members. Each of my kids has one at college. We gave one to my mom when she was still with us. And as you can see, this shoulder, I've got one.
Left shoulder.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it as a weatherman because they're constantly like pointing to something they don't see. And the first chance I had to do it, I pointed over the wrong shoulder. But yeah, this guy, there he is. He's somewhere around there. But so that, I've got a couple of these, and it's a little embarrassing to have them, but it's hangs out on my shelf. That's where it is.
Well, if you're an avid baseball fan, you love bobblehead dolls. So, and that brings us right into the segue. Okay, baseball. You're a big baseball buff. We know the best 2 teams in baseball for the regular season aren't there. It just so happens. I love the playoff system. I think they need to cut down the wild card to make it a little harder for them to go further. But all right, let's go on. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks. We got the Texas Rangers. So you being a baseball buff, what do you see as the biggest strength for each team?
Well, certainly the lineup for Texas. I mean, they're like the Braves, 1 through 9, they pound it. And unlike the Braves, they're hitting in the playoffs. But Arizona has really kind of done it with their bullpen, and just timely hitting. The Phillies were a better team than them. And I didn't expect the Diamondbacks to win that, but they got the hits when they needed them, and the Phillies didn't.
So how do you think they match up against each other? You think the Diamondbacks have a shot? The Cinderella story. And I don't consider them beating Philadelphia as being choked by the Phillies. I think it's just the hot team won. A similar Cinderella story. You got to love it.
Yeah, we see it almost every year with baseball because, now with the expanded playoffs, I mean, we've talked about it on the show before. A couple of years ago, when the Braves won the World Series, they were probably the 4th best team in the National League that year. They just got hot at the right time. And that's what Arizona did. I mean, even as late as the last day of the regular season, nobody would have said Texas and Arizona against each other in the World Series. They might have been the 2 lowest seeds coming in, but they have played the best over the last 2.5 weeks. So that's when you have this expanded playoff format like that, it's, I don't know why people are suddenly complaining about it, because we have seen this since the start of the wild card. The best team during the 162 game season is rarely the best team in the month-long tournament.
Yeah. And you do the research, and I'm an avid Buster Only podcast fan. 55% of the teams with the best record make it to the World Series.
55. That's actually higher than I would have thought, because, we see this year, all the division leaders lost in the first round, didn't they? Well,
yes, they did.
Winners. Yeah.
Yes, they did.
But now all of a sudden people are saying we have to change the system. It's been like this for 20 years. What can you change? How can you change this except, have your team get hot at the right time?
And, we can talk about this. They're not going to change it because of money, but that's another story. Yeah. All right. So give me one key factor that you think is going to help the Diamondbacks win.
That timely hitting again, if they can continue to get that.
I call it small ball. I call it, like you said, timely hitting, no big home runs, where, the other teams they faced, everybody was dependent on the home run. What about the Rangers? What's their one key?
Carl, it's going to break your heart as it breaks mine, but those former Yankees continuing to to have great starts. Montgomery, Eovaldi, who was with the Yankees for a couple of years, they didn't want to bring him back after he got injured. I mean, they've been aces in this series, in this postseason. Montgomery's the kind of guy that if a team sees him a second or third time, of course, in the short series, they won't see him a third time, but a second time around, he might not be as effective. But Eovaldi's just been on another planet for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I loved him with the Yankees. I hated him with the Red Sox. And now he's with the Rangers. Unbelievable. So, all right, quickly, who do you think's going to win and why?
I'm going to go with the Rangers, even though, obviously the slugging teams rarely win the World Series, but they do have that element of great starting pitching. And it's not as if it's one charm team against a heavy favorite. It's two charm teams coming against each other. So you pretty much have to choose between them. So I don't know, maybe the Rangers luck, magic, whatever they got going for them lasts a little bit longer. And I'm an AL guy, so I'm going to go with the American League.
Yeah, I got to go with the AL. I think the Rangers are just the better, more experienced, better pitching rotation. But you got to love the Cinderella. So if the Diamondback wins, I mean, I'm going to say Diamondbacks in 7 just to blow up everything.
Well, the only reason I don't want that is because of the memories it brings back. And
I know what you're talking about. Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, man, we won't go there. Against Mariano, all right. So I know you're traveling now. You'll be traveling, or you are traveling as we you will be traveling as we pre-record this. So Georgia ranked number 1, undefeated. Florida comes in 5-2, ranked number 3 in the SEC East. Is this a trap game? And people, if you know what a trap game is, you're coming into a game lightly. They had a bye, and you're not ready for the team, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a trap game because Georgia's never going to overlook Florida. I mean, this is, for a lot of people, this is the biggest rivalry game, of the year. Some will say Auburn, some will say Georgia Tech. I think this is the game most people look to and say, that's the one we can't lose. So trap game, no. A dangerous game, certainly, because Florida has all of a sudden got a bunch of momentum. And I don't know that we have still figured out who Georgia is yet.
No, we haven't. I agree with you. So what do you think is the biggest key for victory for the Bulldogs and then the Gators?
I want to say the lines because that's where Georgia has the biggest advantage. I still think they have a significant talent advantage on both the offensive, defensive lines, which is where Florida struggles the most. But honestly, I think it's Georgia's tackling because they have not been the same tackling team this year that they have been the last 2 years. They're having 10 to 15 missed tackles every game. A lot of those in the backfield that a guy then turns into a 12, 15-yard gain. And that's how Florida is going to try to beat you. They're going to throw the ball short and hope to break a tackle and get some yards after the catch. If Georgia can get guys on the ground immediately after catching the ball, I don't know that Florida can move the ball on them. If all of a sudden Florida is getting second and third effort yardage, this game is going to be pretty interesting all the way into the fourth quarter.
All right, and we all know about Mr. Brock Bowers, okay? Best player in football this year. I thought he had a chance at winning the Heisman, but how do you think this is going to impact this Georgia's offense without Mr. Bowers on the field?
I mean, you almost think they have benefited from the week off, and not only for preparation. You give Kirby 2 weeks to prepare for anybody. He's pretty good, but there's not that dark cloud that is hanging over the team that was, the couple of days after the Bowers injury, Georgia fans were just dejected. The team was still number 1. Team was still won 24 games in a row, still number 1 in the country, but it was partially because Bowers is so popular. They felt so bad, but also he's such a big part of the offense. I think 2 weeks removed from that injury, people are saying, okay, we don't have him. We got to move on. Hate it for the kid. I mean, he's as nice a kid as you're going to meet. And, you hate that he's not going to be able to finish the season and his time at Georgia likely, the way that we would have liked to have seen him, maybe give a run at the Heisman. But, now it's just a matter of who's going to step up to replace them. Somebody's going to get those catches, and somebody's going to have to get those yards. At this point in the season, we still don't know who that could be.
It's going to be interesting. Who's going to step up? That's my question. All right, I said I was only going to keep you for about 10 minutes. So last question. This is one of the biggest games, rivalries in college football. Like you said, I think anybody Bulldogs play is a rivalry. But, how do you think the atmosphere will be at the game, and how do you think it will affect the players? Because it's always at a neutral site, even though I don't think it's neutral because it's Florida. It's not far from Gainesville. How do you think the atmosphere is going to impact these players?
It's going to be interesting because I think the atmosphere is going to be a lot more charged than it would have been, than it looked like it was going to be a month ago when Florida was struggling. And, 2 weeks ago, people were wondering if Billy Napier was going to keep his job. Now, all of a sudden, everybody thinks Florida's got a chance at beating Georgia. So, of course, Florida fans are buying into that. So that is going to make the pregame real interesting when you get the back and forth between the fans. And it's going to keep the Florida fans in the stadium a little bit longer than the last 2 years when they were out of there by halftime. Atmosphere is always fantastic down there. I think it will be optimistic on both sides rather than, Georgia fans coming in thinking they're going to, walk right through this one, and Florida fans just saying, all right, well, we got it coming to us. But atmosphere will be great. Hopefully the game is good, but, it's one of those things where everybody's giving Florida a chance because of this big win they're coming off against South Carolina. Is that really a big win? I mean, yeah, they beat Tennessee. They demolished Tennessee, which is great. But then Kentucky ran for 350 yards on them.
Right.
Georgia's running game is at least as good as Kentucky's. So, you think that, that maybe they can do that, So I think the atmosphere will be fun, and the game has got a chance to be as interesting as usual.
All right, as I did with the World Series, make your pick. Georgia by how many?
Exactly.
I
As much as I don't want to think this is going to be a close game, I think it might be one that is close for most of the game, and then maybe Georgia adds on at the end, because everybody wants Florida to have a shot in this game. Everybody wants it to be that knockdown, the rivalry game. But, as unhappy as people have been with the Georgia running game, they still run it a lot better than Florida. As unhappy as people have been with Georgia's passing game, downfield passing game, they still pass it better than Florida. As unhappy as people have been with Georgia's offensive line, it is still a lot better than Florida's. All the things that people are nitpicking about Georgia, they're not even acknowledging that Florida doesn't do well. So, if this were just in a box and you took the team names off, I think if you threw these two rosters on the field, Georgia would win by 3 touchdowns. Because it's a rivalry game, because of this momentum going for Florida, and maybe a little bit of anxiety for Georgia, I think it stays close. And again, if they won't cover, put it that way. It's a 14.5-point spread.
Right.
Georgia wins and doesn't cover.
Yeah, I think Georgia will win this by 10 points. Like you said, just like with South Carolina, a rivalry game, they struggled. But I just don't think Florida has the offense, which nobody is talking about. Right. I really don't think Florida offense is very good. I mean, they put up some points and they've won some games, but I just think the Georgia defense, even though they're missing some big names from last year, is much better than what Florida has seen all this year. So I'm going to go with the Bulldogs by 10. I think that'll be the best part. But anyway, I'll set my DVD tonight because I'm not going to be home when you come on so I can watch it again. But you're doing a great job. I love seeing you doing it. And it brings out that old newspaper reporter that I once knew.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, because, you're learning a lot and being able to report a lot about kids in our community, which is what those shows are all about. And it's a lot of fun. And, I missed high school football for a little while. When my son was at BC, I went to a lot of games with him. And then, since he's been gone, who's a senior now, by the way, at Georgia, going to his first Georgia-Florida game tomorrow.
And I can't believe he's got 5 inches on you.
Yeah, I know. Well, we don't need to go there. But I think I've only been to 1 or 2 games since he graduated. So it's been fun to actually be back in touch with it and see some great football by kids in our community.
Well, you're doing a great job. And, you've been doing whether it's print or TV for a long time in this area. Keep it up. I appreciate you coming on whenever I ask you to. And once again, we're both excited about football and baseball. Let's hope it keeps going.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah. I'm actually excited to watch the World Series. It doesn't matter who the teams are in the postseason baseball. It is one of my favorite things all year to watch is playoff baseball. So I'm going to be watching the World Series, however many games it goes. I'll
be right there with you. I'm a baseball fanatic. I just love it. So once again, appreciate it. Safe trip. And once again, I'm going to say it right here. Go Dogs.
Thanks, Carl.
And once again, I got to thank Tim Geiderer,
No matter when I ask him to come on, he's always willing to come on and talk sports. Baseball fanatic like me. Yes, we're both grew up big-time Yankees fans. And yes, we follow the Braves closely. And you know what? The guy, I mean, all my bucket places, he's been to the Masters. He's been to a Georgia-Florida game. I mean, just all the places I'd love to go to. The man's done it. But, I've been a school teacher my whole life, and I have no regrets. But once again, thank Tim for coming on. We'll be right back with the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
And that gets thrown back to me because we're on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm live right now, but Tim is just a great guy. Tim Guidera, I thought he was Italian, but he's really Scottish-Irish. So, but anyway, a lot of fun talking to him. He does a great job. He loves what he does. Whether it's, talking to his guest on his show about food or about animals, you name it, he does it. Just a great time with Tim, and he knows what he's talking about. He is a sports fanatic. So check it out mid-morning every weekday from, I'm pretty sure it's from 9 to 10. Could be 10 to 11. You know what I mean? I don't watch it because I'm in school from 7 o'clock till 3 o'clock. So I get to watch, when I don't have school. So check it out. Gotta love him. Just like me. Go Dogs. He's picking the Rangers. I'm picking the Diamondbacks, and he's right on the money. And what happens last night? Walk-off home run by Mr. Garcia. The long ball wins the game. I'm playing billy ball, short ball, small ball, and money ball, whatever you want to call it, okay? So I'll be back in 3.5 minutes to be exact, to wrap up today's show, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Got to thank those sponsors.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game At day. Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, live on a Saturday morning, October 28th, 2020. November is just around the corner. Halloween's Tuesday. I'm scary enough. I don't need that costume. But anyway, it's great to be here. We're in the 5th quarter. This is where the coach takes 3 steps out the door. 3 videos and my editorial, Karl's Corner. But I got to reiterate, got a big shout out today. We got the Habersham Schools cross-country team at the state meet right now. The boys ran at 10. The girls ran at 10:30. Don't have results. It's 10:21, so the girls will start at 10:30. Don't forget, at Jonesboro High School today, 11 o'clock, Class 2A, Georgia High School State Association, Class 2A, volleyball state semifinals. Our Lady Panthers from Savannah Arts Academy will be fighting for a chance to make it to the state championship. 2 years in a row now, they're in the semifinals. Let's give those ladies some love. Lauren Lord and the Lady Panthers. Football last night was on tap. It was great. Check out the prepsportsreport.com. Thursday night's feature article was New Hampstead at Burke County. Great game. New Hampstead pulled it out. I think they might have just clinched a 2nd seed, which means they'll host a first-round game. And then last night's highlighted game was Effingham County, Lakeside Evans. Effingham County got behind. I didn't think this was going to happen, but they pulled it out. Jeff Mueller for the Prep Sports Report. Check it out on prepsportsreport.com and all last night's scores. Tonight, 6 o'clock, Bradwell at Jenkins. Implications for Jenkins to make the playoffs. That'll be at 6 o'clock. All right, Karl's Corner. Okay, that's next, but we're going to go Karl's videos. Coach's videos. I mean, growing up on Long Island, we had a little dirt track known as Freeport Raceway. Freeport, New York, Freeport, Long Island. And we used to go every Friday night, Saturday night, jumping on the police boys club's van. Yeah, it was a van. I mean, you got in there, you sat on bench seats. There was no seatbelts. And we got to watch the races. Demolition Day was almost my favorite. But this is a sound that you never forget. And it's a little dedication to our NASCAR show, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. I haven't been to the third turn like these guys have up there at the Atlanta 500, but it's pretty exciting. Maybe someday I'll get there. You got to love it. I got to listen to that again because it brings me. There was a track, it was smooth, but just give it a sound. Once again, NASCAR. Got to appreciate them for posting that. All right, that was the sounds of NASCAR. Now, we talk about the Savannah Bananas and all their crazy rules, and one of the rules is if a fan catches the ball in the stands, the player is out. Imagine if that happened in Major League Baseball, but watch this fan's catch. It's unbelievable. It's right up there with Savannah Bananas fans' catches.
On a home run. Yeah, this ball's hit slicing, and I got it. So good. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that special? The fan, one-handed. Watch it again. Have we seen something like this at Savannah Bananas? I've seen a lot of them with mitts, but how about barehanded? Watch the outfield. It's a home run. It's not an out like Banana Land ball. It's pretty amazing. Got to thank Major League Baseball for that video clip.
On a home run.
Boom.
Yeah, this ball's hit slicing.
Watch, it sticks up his hand.
I got it. So good. That's pretty cool.
Tell me that ain't sweet. Tell me that ain't sweet. And then, of course, watching, was it Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, Philadelphia against Miami? No other than local boy, started at Calvary Day School. He's from the SAV. Okay, went to IMG, had a stellar career at Georgia, and now is a rookie for the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, this is from the NFL channel. You got to love Nolan Smith. First career sack in an NFL game.
2nd and 6. Tua, first look not there, and he is brought down as the pressure came from Nolan Smith, the rookie from Georgia.
The rookie from Georgia. That's worth an encore.
2nd and 6. Tua, first look not there, and he is brought down as the pressure came from Nolan Smith, the rookie from Georgia.
So, once again, I hope you like those 3 videos. I made sure this week I saved the ones that I like the most. Not, getting home last night at 12 o'clock from doing the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz high school game of the week out at Whale Branch in Seabrook, South Carolina. Never been there before. Just a great stadium, great game, playing for the region title, but heartbreaker that they lost. Okay, got to thank WSAV for letting me do that, because last week I was at Wayne County when BC secured their region title. BC won last night. They're undefeated. Carl's Corner. It's Christmas for me. What, Coach? It's Christmas. This is the best time of the year. The best time of the year. We have college football. We have pro football. We have high school football. We have hockey. We have pro hockey. We have semi-pro hockey here in Savannah, Georgia. Well, it is pro hockey. They're part of the Las Vegas Knights. Okay, the Savannah Ghost Pirates. We have basketball starting up. Okay, we have the NBA kicking off. College starts next week. They've already been practicing. It's Christmas time for the coach. Anywhere I go on the TV, I can watch a sport. And then I go on the internets, like 11 o'clock. I'm going to be watching Savannah Arts Academy take on Lamont Christian, hopefully getting to the state championship. It's Christmas in October for the coach. There's just so much on, and you got to love it. I mean, growing up, we didn't have this. I'm going to give away my age. I remember in 1969, New York Mets, Baltimore Orioles. Mets won the World Series. I had to listen to it on a transistor radio. And then I had to listen to it at night. I had to take the transistor radio and hide it so my dad wouldn't hear me listen to the baseball game. Then we had afternoon games. I was in school. This is great. This is great. This is my dream. If you're a sports fanatic, this month, going into early next month, it's a dream, because everything's going. Hockey, baseball, basketball, football, you name it, on every level. Playoffs, high school playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, that's right. I'm watching the playoffs. It's Christmas time in October for the coach. You got to love it. All right. On that note, I'm not going to go into or saying prayers for everybody. Just say prayers for this crazy world. Hopefully you watched 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the show. I thank you. Hopefully it takes you away from that stressful world we're living in. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But you know what? I'm having fun. This takes me out of it for an hour and a half. I hope you enjoyed it too. So, like I say every week, may whatever you be doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. Until we speak next week again, may it be your best week ever. God bless. Peace out. Enjoy the sports. It's Christmas time for the coach. And it's all right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. God bless and goodbye.